Imagine you're standing in front of a mirror, looking at your reflection. You see your eyes, your nose, your mouth, features you've seen countless times. But as you stare deeper, you start to wonder, who is this person staring back at me? You might initially dismiss this as a momentary existential crisis and say, of course, that's me. But is it? The more you ponder, the more you realize that the concept of me is not as straightforward as it seems. You start to think about your roles as a parent, a child, a friend, an employee. Each role comes with its own set of expectations and behaviors, further complicating the idea of a singular self. This is where we encounter the paradox of self-awareness. The more we try to understand ourselves, the more elusive our self-concept becomes. It's like trying to catch your own shadow. The closer you get, the further it seems to move away. And just when you think you've grasped it, it morphs into something else, leaving you puzzled and somewhat disoriented. You might even start to question the very nature of identity. Is it static or dynamic? Is it a culmination of your past experiences? Or is it a constantly evolving entity shaped by your choices and interactions? Now, let's take a step back in time to ancient Greece, where philosophers like Socrates spent their lives contemplating the nature of existence. Socrates, with his method of relentless questioning, urged people to examine their lives, famously declaring, "Know thyself." But what happens when the self is a moving target? What happens when the more you know, the more you realize you don't know? The paradox deepens when you consider that Socrates himself, despite his wisdom, was aware of his own ignorance. He knew that true wisdom lay in acknowledging how little one actually knows. This sentiment was echoed centuries later by Descartes, another philosopher who pondered the nature of existence. Descartes gave us the famous line, "I think, therefore I am," suggesting that the act of thinking is proof of existence. But what if the very act of thinking about oneself changes the self you're trying to understand? What if the observer effect, commonly discussed in physics, applies to self-awareness as well? The act of observing changes the observed, adding another layer of complexity to the paradox. This leads us to ponder the relationship between thought and existence. Does thinking define us, or do we exist beyond our thoughts? And if our thoughts are ever changing, what does that say about our existence? Fast forward to the 20th century, where psychology takes the paradox into new territories. Carl Jung, a Swiss psychiatrist, introduced the concept of the shadow self, a part of us that we often don't acknowledge but is crucial for complete self-awareness. According to Jung, the shadow is not just the dark part of our personality, the repository of our fears and regrets. It also contains hidden talents and strengths that we've suppressed due to societal expectations or personal insecurities. So, as we strive to become more self-aware, we must also confront and integrate our shadow. This is not a one-time event, but a continuous process, adding another layer of complexity to the paradox. Jung's theories were further developed by his followers, who introduced concepts like archetypes and the collective unconscious, suggesting that our self-awareness journey is not just personal, but also connected to universal human experiences. This raises questions about the collective aspects of self-awareness. Are we, in some ways, reflections of a larger human experience? And if so, how does that shape our individual journey toward understanding ourselves? In today's digital age, the paradox of self-awareness takes on a new dimension. With social media platforms offering us the tools to curate our lives and present a particular image to the world, one has to wonder, are we becoming more self-aware or simply more self-absorbed? The curated images we present can become masks that hide our true selves, adding another layer of illusion to the already complex landscape of self-awareness. The irony is that in a world where self-expression is just a click away, genuine self-awareness seems more elusive than ever. We're drowning in a sea of selfies, yet starving for authentic self-understanding. This leads us to question the role of technology in our self-awareness journey. Does it aid us in our quest for understanding, or does it merely create more layers of illusion that we must peel back? So, how do we navigate this intricate maze? One approach is to practice mindfulness, a form of meditation where you focus on being intensely aware of what you're sensing and feeling in the moment, without interpretation or judgment. Mindfulness can help you become an observer of your thoughts and feelings, providing a more objective viewpoint. It's like stepping out of the frame to see the entire painting. Another strategy is to seek honest feedback from people you trust. Sometimes we're too close to the painting to see the whole picture, and an external perspective can offer invaluable insights. Friends, family, and even professional counselors can act as mirrors, reflecting back to us aspects of ourselves that we might not be aware of. This opens up a discussion about the role of community in self-awareness. How do our relationships shape our understanding of ourselves? And how does our self-awareness, in turn, affect those relationships? Lastly, embrace the uncertainty. The journey to self-awareness is not a straight path, but a winding road filled with discoveries and setbacks. And perhaps that's the beauty of it. The quest for self-awareness is a lifelong journey, not a destination. It's a journey filled with twists and turns, peaks and valleys, light and shadow. So, the next time you find yourself pondering who you are while staring into that mirror, remember that the paradox of self-awareness is a riddle that may never be fully solved. And maybe, just maybe, that's perfectly okay. Because in the end, it's not about finding definitive answers, but about asking the right questions. It's not about reaching a final destination, but about enjoying the journey. And it's not about capturing your shadow, but about dancing with it, in all its elusive and ever-changing forms. The paradox of self-awareness invites us to explore, to question, and to wonder, and in doing so, it enriches our lives with deeper meaning and fuller understanding. The journey of self-awareness is akin to peeling an onion. Each layer reveals another, and the process can bring tears to your eyes. Yet each layer peeled is a step closer to the core, to the essence of who you are, or who you think you are. And just when you think you've reached that core, you find that it too is composed of multiple layers, each shaped by experiences, memories, and innate dispositions. It's a never-ending cycle, a labyrinth of self-discovery that you navigate throughout your life. This leads us to ponder the role of time in self-awareness. How does our understanding of ourselves change as we age? And how do different life stages bring about new layers of complexity? The paradox of self-awareness is not just a philosophical or psychological concept. It's a lived experience. It's the voice in your head that questions your choices and challenges your beliefs. It's the unsettling feeling you get when you realize that you've changed, yet again, and have to update your self-concept. It's the existential angst that comes from pondering the big questions. Why am I here? What's the purpose of life? Who am I really? And so, the quest for self-awareness becomes a lifelong endeavor, a journey without a final destination. But perhaps that's what makes it so incredibly enriching. Each day offers a new opportunity to learn, to grow, and to get one step closer to understanding the enigma that is you. And even if you never fully solve the riddle, the journey itself becomes a testament to the complexity and beauty of human existence. In conclusion, the paradox of self-awareness is a multifaceted, ever-evolving concept that challenges us to continually reassess who we are and how we fit into the world around us. It's a journey that spans across time, cultures, and disciplines, inviting us to explore the depths of our being while acknowledging the inherent complexities and uncertainties that come with it. And as we navigate this intricate maze, we find that the quest for self-awareness is not just about finding answers, but about embracing the questions, the uncertainties, and the endless possibilities that come with being human. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to keep up with more content like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. That way, you won't miss out on any future videos that could be the key to unlocking your full potential.